organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on this live Tuesday edition of Daily Iowan TV, the old Capitol is getting a makeover. Find out what it is for and when it is set to end. And the vote for a new drinking ordinance is set to take place this month.
We tell you why Iowa's offense struggled so much on Saturday.
And a closer look into softball and soccer.
All that and more is headed your way. From Kinnick to the old Capitol, Daily Iowan TV starts right now. Good morning, I'm Andrew Roberts, and thank you for joining us live on this Tuesday morning on Daily Iowan TV. We are starting off this morning with a warning from the University of Iowa Police. Last night on Facebook, the department released a statement on campus addressing clown sightings over the last 2 nights. These sightings originally began in North and South Carolina and are now moving across the country. The department says they haven't received reports of the clowns harming people. Daily Iowan TV spoke with one person who allegedly saw the clown near Park Road and Hancher Auditorium around midnight Sunday evening. They described seeing a person wearing a mask with a red wig and a lab coat standing underneath a large light near the road. UI police are taking all reports seriously, but are saying that there is no threat at this time. If you have any information or see a clown, call the UI police at 319-335-5022. One building on campus is currently getting a facelift, and the question on everyone's mind is, when is the project going to be complete? Our Daily Iowan TV reporter Noah Gowdy has the update on this construction project.
The University of Iowa is known for its construction projects, and currently one of the most noticeable ones is the old Capitol building renovation. The building started undergoing construction on July 25th of this year, and it has left some wondering why it has not been completed yet. This is the first time since the 2006 reopening of the building that the university is renovating the old Capitol. The repairs that are currently being done at the old Capitol is the replacing of a leaking roof and getting rid of the old deteriorating wood that was found. The total estimated cost for this project is $1.3 million, with repairs expecting to wrap up around early December. The building is a key point for most tours, with prospective students getting to view the historic landmark that is the center of the university. Those tours are the times that the university gets to make its mark on those students that are still deciding on what college they are going to attend when they pursue their post-secondary education. This has led some university students to believe that the construction can be both good and bad for the university.
It does take away a little bit from the Iowa City vibe. However, I think it is for the best. We are always building a campus for the future.
With the renovations expecting to wrap up in early December on the old Capitol, the university should be expecting to go back to normal very soon. Reporting from the old Capitol building in downtown Iowa City, Noah Gowdy, Daily Iowan TV.
A vote in Iowa City's City Council could be coming soon to discuss the drinking ordinance in Iowa City bars. The City of Iowa City is currently in the 3-step process to help businesses pass their complaint checks with a lesser punishment if failed, and to keep the repeating offenders from making the same mistakes.
If there's a gap, how wide that gap is, what can we do to ensure that the gap from a serial offender standpoint can reduce to folks that are doing it less on a consistent basis.
Botchway hopes to see progress in the ordinance moving forward after speaking with the university. It's no secret that students attending the University of Iowa have trouble finding affordable housing. The City of Iowa City discussed a plan that would exempt the Riverfront Crossing District, downtown, and University of Iowa area in the Affordable Housing Action Plan. Mayor Pro Tem Kingsley Botchway commented on this subject by supporting the action plan but not supporting its exemptions.
I do have issues with us not necessarily incorporating the downtown university areas. I think our university liaison Jacob talked about very candidly and explicitly about the fact that students have some of the similar issues as far as wanting or needing affordable housing. That's why you see 4, 5, 6 occupancy apartments or homes.
The average UI student spends more money on room and board than tuition and fees themselves. This is initially a university problem that would be difficult to tackle without the help of the city. A 3-boat search took place for a man spotted in the Iowa River Monday morning. The Johnson County Sheriff's Department and the Iowa City Fire and Rescue Team looked for the man described as an older man in his late 40s or early 50s. After 3 boats were sent out, the man was later found in his home. Certainly good news that that man was all right, and it's even better news, I think, that the weather is dropping. And we have Ryan Scott standing by in the weather studio. Ryan, is the weather going to continue to go down?
Yes, Andrew, very much is. The start of this week is maybe going to be a little bit on the warmer side, but then as we continue throughout the week, it'll drop to the lower to like the 60s area. This morning in particular, we'll see temperatures in the lower 60s, and this afternoon we'll see highs reaching the upper 70s. Our evening will cool down a little bit, reaching the lower 70s. Unfortunately, it looks like we'll be stuck with this cloud cover all day and won't be going away until tomorrow. Wednesday morning, we'll see temperatures again in the low 60s, so let's take a look at our 6-day forecast. Tuesday through Thursday is going to be a little on the warmer side, a little reminiscent of summer, but by Friday it'll feel like fall again. Wednesday and Thursday we'll see highs in the upper 70s, nearly 80s with partly cloudy skies. Thursdays we have a chance of scattered thunderstorms popping up, so be on the lookout for that. Friday we may see more rain in the morning and our highs will drop into the low 60s, and we'll end the week on a good note with highs in the low 60s with sunny skies. In weather-related news, Hurricane Matthew is sweeping through the Caribbean and is predicted to continue on to Cuba later today. The Category 4 hurricane made landfall in Haiti, which as you can see is like right in this area right here. And most of the islands in the Caribbean are expecting around a foot of rain. As we speak, western parts of Haiti are experiencing heavy rain as they're expecting 15 to 25 inches. That's all we've got here in the weather studio. Andrew, back to you.
Fans leaving the game on Saturday were very upset with the performance of the team. John Leo and Mary Kate Harrigan are standing by in the sports studio. Guys, what's going on with the Hawks lately?
Yeah, Andrew, the team and the fans are definitely very upset with already having their second loss in the season.
That's right. The offense and the defense surely have a lot to work on this week.
Well, the list seems to be piling up about what Iowa football isn't doing to win games. And on that list is some of the offensive struggles. Taylor Brooks takes us through them in the loss against Northwestern.
It didn't happen once. It didn't happen twice. But instead, quarterback C.J. Beathard was sacked 6 different times against Northwestern.
It's frustrating, especially on, like I said, an execution level. It's hard to execute plays when, your quarterback is getting sacked. That's never a good thing, obviously. Just something that we obviously need to fix. You can't win games with that happening.
There was a loss of 42 total yards because of the sacks. And the reason for them? A little bit of everything.
I think it's a little bit of everything, quite frankly. Our protection has not always been what it needs to be. Sometimes it looks like there's nothing happening. There's no rhythm or tempo to it, and we're holding the ball back there, and that's not a good thing either.
It's the penalties, it's the negative yardage plays, especially on offense, that are really getting us, in trouble.
You can't just pinpoint that on one position group or one person. It's us as a whole. It's receivers getting open. It's the line blocking. CJ making good decisions. You can't just put that on one person or one group. It's all of us.
We just got to play better team football as a whole. There's no reason to point at any spot because right now we're just not playing well enough at any aspect of our game.
Another concern is the constant 3-and-outs by the offense. Then when third down comes around, it's long yardage plays.
The other thing we can do is try to help ourselves not be in the third and longs, the 3rd and 7, 8s and pluses, those types of things. And some of that ties into the penalty stuff again.
When there's a good team, it's when both sides of the ball complement each other. And the defense is playing hard, and they're getting stops, but then we're going 3 and out. So I think it's on us as an offense. We need to get better.
I think it's safe to say at this point we just aren't seeing the C.J. Beathard that we saw last season. Where's the diving into the end zone play like at Indiana? Well, that guy better be somewhere still because this team needs him more than ever right now. Reporting inside Kinnick Stadium, this has been Taylor Brooks for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Beathard isn't the only one who needs to do a little soul searching. The whole team needs to at this point because the grind doesn't stop as Minnesota is next on the list.
We'll have updates tomorrow on what the team is doing to prepare for Minnesota this weekend.
Another team that will face Minnesota soon is women's soccer, and the team has added quite a bit of new faces to the roster, but one in particular stands out amongst the freshman class.
Iowa Hawkeyes freshman soccer player Natalie Winters hasn't always associated herself with soccer. In high school, Winters was the starting point guard all 4 years for her school's basketball team. She decided to follow her heart and play the game she loved the most.
I think I always played basketball more for my parents instead of like me. I mean, I liked it and stuff, but I think I really like soccer just a lot more.
One of the people Winters looked up to is two-time Olympic gold medalist Carly Lloyd, who has history for being a great soccer player.
I really look up to Carly Lloyd. She's a really good attacker and stuff, and she's a good role model for kids and stuff.
Winters has two sisters, Lindsay and Rachel, who have both played soccer, and her mother Julie, who played basketball in college.
I would probably say my sisters because, well, we all played basketball and soccer, but I always looked up to them. They were always my role models and stuff.
And your mom too? She played basketball as well?
Yeah, my mom played basketball, so they kind of influenced us all to be like athletic and stuff.
With Winters' mother and sister both attending college in her hometown of Michigan, it seemed like the choice was obvious for Natalie, but Iowa was just too hard to pass up.
I really like the atmosphere here and like the town and the school and stuff, so I just really like it here. Everyone's very like nice and genuine, so.
Even though she didn't play on her junior and senior year of high school, Natalie Winters hasn't backed down on the field and actually has earned a starting spot on the team. She is very optimistic and is ready for the next 3 years of being a Hawkeye.
I think I just always want to come out and compete and give it my all. I don't want to leave the field feeling like I didn't do my best and stuff.
Reporting from the Iowa Soccer Complex, this has been Zachary Lohman with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Even though this is her first year with the Hawkeyes, Natalie has the right mindset and attitude to become a great asset for the team in the future. And speaking of the future, I took a look to see how the women's softball team is preparing for fall ball. The softball team began their fall season on September 16th when they opened up with a win against DMAC. Now they're focused on forgetting about their previous season and moving to what they need to work on to be ready for the spring.
You know, I'd like to wipe the last season out of the way and we start fresh every year. The biggest thing is we got to work the process, and the process will lead to outcomes. And if we're too concerned about the end result, we never take care of the beginning, the middle, before we get to the end. And if we're not present, it doesn't really matter.
Fall, we're working really hard this year because last season obviously didn't go as we planned. I mean, it's more, you got to get out to the field more, you got to put in that extra work, not just what you're doing at practice because everyone else is doing that. So we're just trying to put in the extra work this year and get better.
Overall as a team, we're working on some of the things we had wrong last year. Obviously it didn't go very well, but we have people moving around for different positions just to see where everybody will fall, getting ready for the fall ball and as well as the regular season. So it definitely works on communication and making sure everybody on the field knows what everyone else is doing so that we can be a better cohesive team.
The team then went on to their next game and had a bit of a different outcome, losing to Kirkwood Community College.
We didn't follow our game plan, we didn't execute what we wanted to do, so we just need to have our game plan and stick to it. Don't do your own thing, just do our game plan and then it will work.
Because we got to get better, and we get the opportunity to. The nice thing is we haven't peaked yet, and as a coach I like that because we have time. We don't need to peak until we get into the spring. We were able to see things that we need to work on, and if we're great right now, it's going to be a long year. So the best thing is we get to be better every day.
This past weekend, the Hawkeyes played in the Big Four tournament and went 2-1. Now it's all about the finishing touches to prepare for the spring. Reporting for Hawkeye Softball, this has been Mary Kate Harrian, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The softball team has their black and gold scrimmage Friday night at 5 p.m. here in Iowa City, and then it's on to getting ready for their season.
Tune in tomorrow for the latest on Iowa football, volleyball, and baseball.
Andrew, back to you.
Thank you for watching today's program.